Another NFL week in the book, so that means we're down for another edition of Challenge Flag, where our guy Steve Serby is going to come in and give us his 2 cents on the Week 13 overreactions. Because, Steve, you know social media loves to overreact. I see you got the Challenge Flag. You're ready. Just don't call a bad call like the ref did on the Giants, John Feliciano. And speaking of the Giants, get that Challenge Flag ready, because the first overreaction is it was a good thing for the Giants to tie the Commanders. How do you feel?
Well, you know, that's a tough one. I'm going to throw the flag.
Okay.
Because it's a good thing if they finish half a game ahead of the Seahawks and the Commanders, and it's a bad thing if they finish a half game behind. Obviously, they got the Eagles Sunday, and then they've got to go to D.C. or Landover, and at the very least, tie the Commanders. And it's going to be a tough road to hoe. Again, the best chance, and I've said this before, for the Giants will be if that last game of the year against the Eagles in Philadelphia means nothing to the Eagles. They rest their starters, and instead of screwing the Giants as they did under Joe Judge by playing a backup quarterback against the Commanders, this time they screw the Commanders and rest their guys against the Giants. But for now, I'm going to say it's a bad thing.
Oof. Yeah, it's like Ricky Bobby, either you're first or last, you know, the ties. We don't do ties in New York. And you're one of the teams that the Giants are going to have to face, the 10-2 Vikings. The Jets just played them. Mike White, he was good. So another overreaction is Mike White should get a shot at QB1 next season.
Well, he should get a shot, but let's be realistic. I'm throwing the flag.
Okay.
We're getting a little hysterical, but that's what we do. He's had, 5 career starts. His teammates love him. I know Brandon London would have loved to be in the huddle with him. He's got that moxie. He's a warrior, as Garrett Wilson refers to him. He's poised. He acts like he's been there before. He appreciates his teammates. He compliments his teammates. Everything that Zach Wilson has to learn how to do. But Mike White is a keeper. He should be in camp next year. But the Jets have Super Bowl designs next year, and they're going to need a veteran quarterback. And, unfortunately, Jimmy Garoppolo may not be that veteran quarterback now after that foot injury. But they're going to need another guy, because Mike White has yet to prove that he is a franchise quarterback. Love him, love everything he's done, but it's premature to say that he's the QB1 next year.
Absolutely, because what we're talking about, you go 1-6 in the red zone against the 10-2 Vikings. That was your chance to really show the Mike White magic, and you could have got some money, or it could have at least solidified yourself as a QB1 for next year.
But it could have been 2 for 6 if Berrios hangs on to that ball.
Okay, all right.
Could be a different conversation, too.
All right, so the next one that we have going up is the Niners. Obviously, they got Mr. Irrelevant at quarterback right now. The reaction is the Niners can still go far with Mr. Irrelevant.
What did you just call me?
Steve Serby.
Oh, that wasn't me. Oh, that was Brock Purdy.
Yo, Brock Purdy. I was like, Steve, trying to swell up on me on Zoom. All right, what's going on here?
Well, Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, last pick of the NFL draft. He's got some moxie to him now. He knows how to play the game. But to ask the 49ers with Brock Purdy, and that, again, the 49ers were my preseason Super Bowl pick, but I'm going to have to veer off to the Eagles right now. The 49ers defense with defensive coordinator DeMeco Ryans will definitely make them a threat. But to ask Mr. Irrelevant to lead them to the Super Bowl, I got to throw the flag on that one.
Joe Montana thinks he can do it. He just says he's just got to get the ball to his weapons. They got a lot of weapons on offense. So, I mean, it'll be a great story if he can do that. Last but not least, we have to end off by talking about the GOAT. Tom Brady can win his 8th ring.
Yeah. By the way, Joe Montana might be a little biased. You think, right?
Yeah.
Might be a little
A
biased.
little something, a little bit.
Yeah, but he does have a lot of playmakers, and that McCaffrey trade did help them. But again, I can't see Brock Purdy taking the Niners past the Eagles, of all teams, to a Super Bowl. But anyway, back to your question. What was the question? I forgot.
Tom Brady can win his 8th ring this year.
Well, I gotta look. He's still a marvel to modern science. He showed again at the end of a game, if you give him even 1 second, he'll find a way to win. But the Bucs are a flawed team. They're 6-6, and Brady can lead them to the playoffs for sure. They'll win the division, but again, he will not stand up to the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm sorry. He'll probably keep playing and keep searching for his 8th ring and try to win his 8th ring before Belichick wins his 7th, which is a pretty good bet at the moment, the way Belichick's going. But I'm sorry, Tom. Not this year.
Oh, this is the year that we bet against the GOAT, and I think that the Bucs are only going to go as far as their defense. Defense has been a little wishy-washy throughout the year. Steve, love it. Glad to be back at Challenge Flag with you, and have yourself a great week. See you Sunday at the Giants game.
Love this Challenge Flag.